again, everybody, and welcome to another Inside the Pirates podcast. I am your host, Teddy Panos, coming to you from the Well Point Studios here in beautiful, historic downtown Lowell. It is Tuesday, April 22nd, and this Sunday, the Massachusetts Pirates return home to the Tsongas Center after a very successful one-game road trip where they took down a previously undefeated team, a team that ruined the Pirates season opener at the Tsongas Center. So team is riding a hot streak, and we're very excited today to be joined on the Zoom line by, well, one of the defensive stars of that team. And we'll explain to you why I say that in a quick second. But first, I want to welcome Marcis Floyd to Inside the Pirates and Inside Lowell. How are you, Marcis?
Doing good. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. It's a beautiful spring day out there. I don't know if you've gotten
Wonderful
to
day.
go outside, but it's finally spring has arrived. And finally, the Massachusetts Pirates that we remember from their first year in Lowell and their previous years in Worcester, they've arrived as well. You guys are riding a 2-game winning streak. Has to always feel good to kind of go out on the road and silence those hometown crowds and come away with a win, doesn't it?
No, definitely. Especially in Jacksonville, you know their crowd. They bring a lot of people there. They got a lot of action going on, a lot of fans chirping in your ears before the game, during the game. So it's lovely to just shut them up for a bit.
It sure is. Athletes have been telling me through the years it's probably the most. They love playing at home in the home crowd, but there's something extra satisfying about shutting up a road crowd. What was the difference last week when you played them versus week one, where they kind of had their way with you guys? You guys really struggled in the season opener.
I feel like in the season opener, I feel like we had, everybody, there's a lot of new people on our team. So I feel like we just didn't know what to expect, and the game was happening so fast. But over the past 2 weeks, we kind of calmed down. We got like the knowledge for the game now. We know what to expect. We know what can and can't happen on the indoor playing field. So I feel like we just calmed down, just started playing together more.
Yeah, for you in particular, right? This is your first year with the Pirates, first year actually playing on an indoor football league, right?
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, so a little bit about your background for those who aren't familiar with it. You played college ball at West Virginia, which I still can't believe is in the Big Ten. Growing up,
Yeah.
they were a Big East school to me. But you played, you graduated in 2023. You did some bouncing around, trying to get onto some NFL rosters. You had a training camp with the Ravens, correct?
Correct. I had a rookie mini camp with the Ravens. I felt that it went really well, but I mean, at the end of the day, it just didn't happen. So
Mm-hmm. The story for a lot of them. Is the goal to get back? You're still a young guy. I mean, you've only been out of college less than 2 years now. Do you eventually hope to kind of work your way up, whether it's to higher levels of pro ball and then ultimately the big league, the NFL?
oh yes, sir. That's definitely the main goal. To go to the NFL. I mean, it's always been my goal as a kid to reach the NFL, play in the NFL game. So, I mean, I just gotta take the right steps, just do what I need to do here in order for me to keep on going up.
You mentioned it's been your goal since you were a little kid. When did you first put on some shoulder pads and start chasing the football around a field?
So the first time I started playing football, I was, I want to say 5. I think you're supposed to start when you're 6, but I started like a year early when I was 5 years old. My first time playing. My dad loves to tell a story. Like I'm the smallest kid out there. I'm just running around with the football. Nobody can tackle me all the way to the touchdown.
Yeah. When did you start kind of switching over to the defensive side of the ball where you're playing now?
Well, I've always played offense and defense my whole career, but I would say like my first year in college. So I went to Murray State my first few years in college. So when I went to Murray State, they recruited me as a defensive back. So that's when I started taking DB like serious, serious. But yeah, after that, it just, I mean, I always played it my whole life, so I've always been used to it. But I always played both sides, so.
Mhm. Was it more fun running around with the football rather than chasing somebody and trying to tackle them or break up the pass play?
Yeah, I would say it was more fun, but going to college, boys on defense. it's some big boys. So
Hmm.
if you're not really like beefed up, like taking those hits, it can it can hurt for sure.
Yeah. And of course, defensive back is in the way the NFL is now the pro game passing, but especially in the IFL, defensive back is kind of where all the action is on the football field. I was looking at your stats, and the three interceptions, you lead the team. Two fumble recoveries, you lead the team, and for good measure, as a defensive back, you're fourth on the team in tackles with 12 of them through 4 games. The term that comes to my mind is they say he has a nose for the ball. You certainly seem to end up where that football is, be it interceptions, fumbles, or tackles. Has that always marked your career, or is this something new in your first year of pro ball?
Now, this has always been a part of my career. Just running to the ball. You never know what happens. Like you said, the fumble recoveries, you never know what's going to happen. So always run to the ball. Somebody might make somebody cut back. You can get a tackle, force fumble. But yeah, I feel like I always had a nose for the ball ever since I've been playing defense my whole life. To be honest.
We're chatting with Marcis Floyd, defensive back for the Massachusetts Pirates. Pay no attention to that name you see on the Zoom screen there, 𝐏𝐢𝐫𝐚𝐭𝐞𝐬. Although one of these weeks, Adrian, if you're listening, we've got to get you to actually come on here so everybody can get to meet you and hear from you since they're seeing your name. But we're catching up with Marcis. The Pirates head into a game Sunday. This will be your first Sunday game this year, and you're back home. Talk about the preparations. Talk a little bit, if you can, about the opponent and what the keys are for you guys this week to come away with another victory.
The keys, I'll feel like the keys is to we got to be great on special teams. I feel like we were good on special teams last Saturday against Jacksonville. We got to keep that going. I feel like as a defense, we need to keep on creating turnovers, and as an offense, we just got to keep on putting the ball in the end zone. We'll be good.
It's interesting to me. You led with special teams as a key to the game, not offense, not defense. But
Mm-mm.
it really is. It's kind of an underrated part of the indoor football game. The more I watch it, this is my second year really kind of following it, and a lot of
Mm-hmm.
games are turned over, be it with a kickoff return for a touchdown because it's a short field, right? It's 50 yards,
Definitely,
and you can change the momentum of a game really quickly on special teams, can't you?
definitely. Cause I feel like our first 3 weeks, our special teams unit, our kickoff unit was not doing the best. We probably had like I think 3 or 4 kickoff returns ran back on us, and that just can't happen. We just can't have that and continue to win ball games. So just emphasizing that special teams, knowing that we got to get better on special teams, like helps the whole team, the offense and defense, like as a unit. You know what I mean? Because special teams is definitely important in here.
Yeah. It really seems to me like that bye week. You guys started losses in the first 2 games. You're 0-2, and you got the bye week really early in the season. But it seems like something happened that week. I know some new coaches came in, some key players came in. You've got a lot of company in that defensive back room right now. Some new guys that had some big time experience. But talk about that bye week and what was it more a physical scheme changes, or was it a more of a mental and mindset change that took you from 0-2 to 2-2 with the bye week in between?
I feel like it was more of a mental scheme. We knew we had the pieces here. We knew everything that we needed to do. We just had to all come together, come as one. You know what I mean? Just come as a team. We had to give it our all. We can't keep like putting ourselves before the team. And I mean, we talked about it. We all knew what it was. We all knew next game coming out, like we was gonna show the world like what we really are. So after that bye week, I mean, we talked. Like I said, we talked as a team, talked as a defense, talked as the offense, talked as a special team, knowing that we had to be better in all aspects of the game if we want to continue, if we want to start winning around here. So yeah, we changed that pretty quickly.
Yeah. There's some really good veteran leadership on that team. Who would you say is the guy, especially on your side of the ball, defense, that everybody looks up to and kind of fall takes the lead, takes their cues from?
I mean, we have a few leaders on the team. I mean, I feel like everybody's their own kind of leader, but yeah, like a guy in the back end, like Matt Elam.
Yeah.
He's definitely a vet. He's been through NFL, CFL, UFL, like XFL, IFL. He's been everywhere. So his knowledge of the game and like him just knowing like what plays has to come, like what the team's trying to do in this position, just kind of picking his brain. It helps the whole team. It helps me too.
Mm-hmm. And how big of an adjustment is it to go from the regular game, the 100-yard field, college, to the indoor game with those boards that you can knock people into, but you can also get knocked into them and get hurt yourself? But how long would you say was it a bit of an adjustment for you, the speed, the pace, or just the tighter confines?
I would say it definitely is a bit of an adjustment, but after the first, like midway through the first game, I kind of got a feel for it. It's just everything has to happen quicker because it's a smaller field, there's less players, and everything just happens like this. So you just gotta be ready, especially as a DB. You gotta be ready to break on the ball. You gotta be ready to make tackles quick because you miss one tackle, it can break for a touchdown. It's just a faster paced game.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like you've adjusted pretty quickly there. Like, again, 3 interceptions, 2 fumble recoveries. So you're breaking on the ball very quickly, Marcus. I hope you get to keep doing it this weekend and throughout the rest of the year. It'd be nice to finish the mission this year. That your teammates came up 1 win short last year of a championship. Who knows? This year could be the year.
Definitely. Yes, sir.
All right. Well, we appreciate you taking the time to join us. Good luck the rest of the week in practice, Sunday, and of course the rest of the season. We'll see you out there at the Tsongas Center.
See you out there. Thank you for having me.
My pleasure. That is Marcis Floyd, defensive back for the Massachusetts Pirates. And yeah, if you follow him, you probably have a good sense of where the football is going to end up as well when he's on defense. But certainly excited. The Pirates are now playing the ball that we've been expecting all year long. They're back to 2-2. They're back in front of the home crowd on Sunday at the Tsongas Center. I hope to see everybody out there. Hope you enjoyed this edition of Inside the Pirates. We'll be back again next week talking to another player and hopefully celebrating another win. Till then, everybody stay safe. We'll catch you on the other side.